Let's make rum raisin bread pudding using Divine Cuisine sugar spice. What I have is, it's best to use like stale bread or not really fresh bread. So I had some getting kind of old raisin bread. It was bruschetta raisin bread, and I have a loaf of French bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut that up into like bite-sized pieces, and then we're gonna go ahead and make the custard. So when you're gonna make bread pudding, the best thing to use is like stale or getting kind of old bread. For some reason, it just works better to soak up all the custard and everything that you're gonna do with it, opposed to if you're using like fresh bread. So let's go ahead and cut this up. And I was like, okay, it's getting to that point where I can't do any more French toast with it or anything like that. And I didn't want to throw it away. So I said, oh, bread pudding. And then we're gonna put a little bit of rum in here. I have some white Hennessy. We're gonna do a little cream sauce. And of course, for the sweetener, we're using Divine Cuisine's sugar spice. So this will be another way that you can use Divine Cuisine sugar spice. So now I have all these cut up in bite sizes. So I'm gonna put that in the pan. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of the French bread. And the reason why I'm gonna use the French bread because I didn't have enough of the cinnamon raisin bread. So I just have like a crusty white French type toast type bread, which is a couple days old, and I'm gonna do the same thing. It's really easy to make this custard. So what we have is 4 eggs, already whisked. So we're gonna put that in the bowl. 4 eggs that you've already whisked together. We have coconut milk, and I have 2 cups of coconut milk I'm gonna put in here. One cup of heavy cream. 1/3 cup of white sugar. 3/4 cup of Divine Cuisine sugar spice. And we have, this is Divine Cuisine sugar spice that we just put in there. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna use the rum chata, which some people use it to like make horchata and stuff like that, but we're gonna use the rum horchata today, which is like a rum cream. So that's what we're gonna use in here in our custard as well. This is 1/4 cup of the rum chata. 1/4 cup. Now we're gonna put in there. And I like rum chata. It's nice, it's creamy, it's sweet. And last but not least, we have some vanilla. We're gonna do a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Okay? And then we're going to whisk all this together to make our custard that we will put on our bread. So we have our bread, and we have some golden raisins. I like golden raisins to use for this. We have some golden raisins that I had soaked overnight in some Hennessy. So I did probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons of Hennessy, white Hennessy. Like I said, it may be hard to get white Hennessy, so you may have to just use regular Hennessy or whatever you would like to use for it, rum or whatever. So I soaked those last night just to intensify the flavor of them. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour my custard over my bread pudding like so. Get it all in there. Every drop in there. And then we're gonna just mix this all together. You want it to get nice and wet. And then we're gonna let this soak in this custard for about 15 to 30 minutes. Some people do it overnight, but since we're doing it today, we're gonna just let it soak in that for a while. And then we're gonna go ahead and put it in a buttered pan at 350 degrees. It's been about 15 minutes, but you can let it soak for 15 to 30 minutes or overnight, but I did for 15 minutes. I've oiled my pan with butter. And so now I'm gonna take the bread pudding mixture and just put it over in the pan. And you can use whatever pan you wanna use. I just have this baking dish here. So I'm going to put all my bread pudding in here. Mixture. It smells good, y'all. With those raisins, the Divine Cuisine sugar spice, the rum, the horchata rum, cha-cha rum. Just kind of spread that out a little bit. And then I'm gonna put some butter on top of it. A little butter. A little bit of butter on top. And like I said, we're gonna cook this. We're gonna bake this at 350. So we're getting ready to make the sauce, the rum sauce for bread pudding. So we have a cup of heavy cream. We have 2 tablespoons of butter. You're gonna have this on low heat. We have a tablespoon of Divine Cuisine sugar spice. Gotta give y'all the plug, Divine Cuisine sugar spice. We have half a cup of powdered sugar. Just coming out. And we can't forget our rum, so we have some Bacardi rum. Put as much as you want, but I would say about 2 tablespoons. And then we're gonna whisk all that together until it kind of thickens up some. And this will be our sauce that we will pour over our bread pudding. So I'm gonna let it boil for a while to kind of thicken up. Review this rum raisin bread pudding using the Divine Cuisine sugar spice. Let's get into it. I can't wait to taste it. I knew it was gonna be good. I'm laughing at myself. I was talking to my homegirl last night, and she was like, "Shay, you always acting like you always think your food is good. It's always, but it do be good." Hey Lily, if you out there and you see this, but. Oh my God, y'all. Okay. Let me start talking about it before I eat it all up. So, those raisins, I can really taste that Hennessy. Remember I soaked them in that Hennessy overnight? You taste that flavor. Then remember we had the chata rum that's in there, so you get a little taste of that rum. Then the sugar spice with all the warm spices that has the cinnamon, the carnation, the brown sugar. Great. And then you have the rum sauce that we put on top, the rum glaze with the Bacardi rum in it and powdered sugar. And then at first I thought, I was like, oh, I cubed it too much and I should have made it more not cubed, the bread, but it's perfect because it gives you, it's not just a mushy texture, you know what I'm saying? So you got depths of textures because you kind of got like a crunch, or you know, like how the ends of something, you got that, and then you got the moist texture, so it helps the textures out in your mouth, so it's just not just all soft. So then you got crisp, and get that bread pudding. This is good. You can put it with some vanilla ice cream as well. Perfect, 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 perfect. Rum raisin bread pudding using the Divine Cuisine sugar spice. So I showed you another way how you can use this. This was the perfect. You didn't have to do, I've seen some recipes that get cinnamon, they're doing all that. This is golden. This is all you need. DivineCuisine.com or at Amazon. This is all you need. I'm telling y'all, just try it one time. You'll be back. To get this recipe, go to DivineCuisine.com. Leave comments, subscribe. Another recipe I've done for y'all. Love y'all, Chef Shay.